Greetings, chuckleheads! We've got another one for ya, so let's dig in!
We have a very special show for you today. We're going to do rapid fire 25 proofs that God definitely exists. There could be more than 25. I could go up to 100 or even 1,000. Proof of God's existence is everywhere.
Okay, first off, Rabbi Pollen sounds like a S&M safe word. But if an internet jester can refute your 25 irrefutable claims, you just might have a problem.
But we will get somewhere because we are defining God as a being or beings that created the world before us from nothing.
So which is it? A being or beings? It sounds to me like you're trying to violate the law of identity. Nothingness doesn't exist because as soon as you try to define nothing, it becomes something. I'm a being that loves Star Wars. Now, does that fact tell you anything about my baseline ontology? I'm sorry, Rabbi, but we are off to a terrible start.
Let's start off with proof number 1, the atom. It's the essence of logic to say that when there is an effect, there is a cause that was capable of causing that effect.
Atoms exist, therefore God is not an argument. Rabbi Pollen then goes on to fallaciously compare a particle accelerator, of which we know is designed, with atoms. Demonstrate your God-created atoms by providing a basic materials and processes presentation. Merely asserting atoms were created will get you nowhere.
Here it is. Show me the money.
Proof number 2, the synchronicity of nature. The mineral world, the vegetative world, and the animal world all work together seamlessly.
Much of our universe seems devoid of life and deadly to it. Synchronicity, you say? Life also tends towards chaos and self-destruction. One counter-argument to this is Douglas Adams' puddle analogy. It could very well be the case that the uniformity that we find in nature or the universe is because of natural forces that have always existed. The whole process could have been both non-random and without the necessity of a god.
Proof number 3, tradition from Adam, our family tree. What is history?
Oy vey! Genealogies and other datum found in your fictitious legendary book, they don't often agree with actual human history. For example, we don't know that Moses existed. And the Exodus account, where more than 1 million slaves left Egypt and resided in the wilderness, that probably didn't happen either. The New Testament genealogies of your scriptures put Jesus right smack dab in the middle of all that. Do you accept Jesus as your Messiah? No, Jesus isn't your Messiah? Well, perhaps a book says a thing isn't compelling evidence.
We have a tradition from Sinai. Number 4, the more consistent eyewitnesses you have to an event, the more likely it is that it happened.
Come on, man.
It is generally considered better to have stronger lines of evidence than eyewitness testimony because of how often it was proved to be insufficient. Rabbi Pollen, you're also discounting mass hysteria, where the increasing number of adherents to a proposition doesn't help the case at all. What's worse, you don't have millions of eyewitnesses. You have one magical legend fiction book that says a thing. Even worse, the claims are coming from the Exodus account, and as I already mentioned, we can't even demonstrate the Exodus is a historical fact.
Your DNA. Your DNA could stretch from the earth to the sun and back 600 times. And we're all 99.9% alike. And the human genome contains 3 billion base pairs of DNA. Did DNA, with all the above qualities, just evolve on its own?
Rabbi Pollen, are you trying to be sneaky with your language and suggest that evolution cannot happen, quote unquote, on its own? Scientists have claimed that there are naturalistic means by which evolution occurs, so it doesn't happen on its own or by random chance, if that's what you're suggesting.
Number 6, the planet's revolving, the prime mover.
I can do this.
You are not ready.
Ooh, a prime mover argument. All right. What is your evidence-based, sound argumentation that begins with absolute inertia and concludes with our current universe in motion? If our prime mover exists, and given that naturalistic forces do operate upon each other, could it be possible that our prime mover is a naturalistic force? I would also love to hear an argument that demonstrates eternal regress is impossible.
The planets are moving. We can all see that. Anything moving has a mover. So what was the mover? The Big Bang? Well, what was the mover for the Big Bang? The atheist is forced to say, against logic, that there isn't a need for a prime mover of the material of the Big Bang.
There are some atheists who believe in magic, so your assertion that all atheists are somehow naturalists and need naturalistic explanations for everything is false. It could be the case that the universe is eternal, in which case contingency is only a feature of our universe and not necessarily something that exists in the wider cosmos. The fact of the matter is, I don't know, we don't know.
Number 7, who started the Big Bang? If all of creation was in that ball, who made that ball go boom?
There is a huge difference between what is the cause of the Big Bang and who caused the Big Bang. One is a rational inquiry, the other is begging the question. No one knows what caused the expansion of the universe. Seemingly, any investigation beyond Planck time is just speculation.
Number 8, colors. We're told that God made a rainbow after the Great Flood.
Oh, but my magic myth fairy tale legend book says a worldwide flood is bullshit too. For many reasons, I'll give one. If that much water flooded the whole earth that fast, the surface would have been flash boiled, the pressure would have been so high, and nothing would have survived. Noah, his family, the animals, all dead. Ding, 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 take her out of the oven, cooked!
Number 9, the existence of the Jew. The Byzantine Empire is gone. The Babylonian Empire is gone. The Roman Empire is gone. The Greek Empire is gone. Civilizations don't last throughout history.
And the Jewish monarchy is gone. The Jewish theocracy is gone. And it seems like you're conflating people groups with empires run by people groups. And those aren't necessarily the same thing, because some of those people groups you mentioned are also still around, just like the Jews. The Greeks are still around. Perhaps I should start worshiping Zeus. The Persians are still here. Perhaps Ahura Mazda will start taking my worship. The Byzantines were just Christian Romans. And the Romans are their own country. That people group is still around. So by virtue of their existence, Jesus Christ must have been your Messiah, right? How many other religious people groups out there also claim to be especially chosen? And why should I believe your claim over theirs?
If the existence of the Jew after the Holocaust doesn't prove that there's a God who has the chosen people, nothing will.
Are you fucking retarded? The hell's the matter with you?
Shmuel Pollen! The fuck do I say to that? How about this? The suffering, dehumanization, and horror endured under evil Nazi predilection would be evidence against the existence of an all-powerful, caring deity who has a chosen people called Jews.
Number 10, the creation of a baby. How does a sperm and an egg become a conscious baby who then becomes a full-fledged man or woman? There's too many questions to ask.
Oh, silly me. Here I thought that human conception and embryology was very well understood. Enough that suggesting there's still quite a bit of a mystery and that we need to stick a god in there to do a bit of magic seems rather silly at this point. We could know more about consciousness, but it seems to be the case that consciousness is an operation of physical brains. We know consciousness can be altered by physical means such as drug use, split brain surgery, or physical injury.
Number 11, the universe is larger than the Big Bang material. It doesn't make sense.
Again, we don't exactly know what the state of the universe was prior to its expansion. Therefore, giving it spatial quality is erroneous. Space and time may be features within our universe and may not apply to the cosmos at large. See, there are other hypotheses to explore other than the super love Noe ultra special power max ether being used magical words to create existence.
The first combiner, who combined everything? Who fused the electron, the neutron, and the proton? Who fused hydrogen and oxygen to make water? Who fused the 4 types of nitrogen bases adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine to make DNA?
You need to speak to a proctologist. I mean cosmologist. I don't think the universe comes out of a fucking cookbook, Shmuel Pollen. Stay tuned for more of Shmuel's Pollen in 25 cents too. Get out of here.